Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Happy
Happy
Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Harry, you missed a good ass porch party last night. I don't know why you didn't bring your little butt from Waterbury. I started the party at 3 o'clock, Harry. You could have got off and came over on your way home. You sure should have. It was good. Hey, Harry, I had some fellow Puerto Ricans on the porch. Sorry. I'm eating Halloween candy. Remember dots? Dots. You know that stick to your teeth, pull your filling out? Dots. I'm eating dots with a big ass glass of water. I have a slight hangover. Not a big hangover, just slight, ever so slightly. Oh my God. I know it's quiet. I'm very quiet. So I'm late this morning because I was watching the news. I was trying to get as much information as I could from the local news about the shooting that happened downtown New Haven, like 1 o'clock this morning or some old mess. Four people. So I don't understand any of that. It's such a nice night. Why would you want to ruin it with some shooting foolishness? Uh, anyway, I had a really good time last night. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. So we had an epic porch party. Epic. I had a good time. It was so much fun. All kinds of people showed up. Lovely. Yeah, had a good time. Um, so yes, I'm eating these dots. I'm all done because I can't eat any more of these. I have to do something about my lighting. My lighting is not good. I don't know why it's not good. I think because it's because sometimes when it's overcast outside, no matter how much light I put in here, it just makes it overcast. So it feels a little overcast. So I'm gonna try to remedy that. I used to bring the light used to be like right in front of me. Like if I got close, I look a little better. But this light is awful. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure it out. Anyway. Okay, let me hmm. Okay. Happy Friday. Had a good time on the porch last night. It was epic. It was a full house. I had to like dig around for more chairs. And it was quite challenging. And I had to find chairs. People brought so much wine. It was ridiculous, copious amounts of wine. And thank you to all the folks that showed up. Such rich conversations last night. Uh people were having rich conversations, all kinds of conversations, which was really, really nice. It was really, really nice to have uh all those people talking about so many various things. It was really, really nice. I enjoyed myself immensely, and the weather was perfection. Like I couldn't have asked for better weather. Seriously. It had to have been like it was like 80 degrees early in the day. And I was just like, wow, you know, wow. So it was nice to sit outside. I actually had little kids trick-or-treating. Um, had lots of first time in 5 years I had trick-or-treaters, kids coming by trick-or-treating. I've never had that. But they were on their way to like bigger events, bigger and it was so much fun. It was just so much fun. And the kids were so cute. Cute. If you are sad and not feeling well, you should sit out last night and watch these little kids trick or treat in their little costumes. And I'm old now, so I don't know all the new characters that kids are dressed up as. I don't know. I don't know all the characters. So it was rich. It was lovely to just see all these little kids, and then they could tell you who they are. There was a lot of Wonder Woman out last night. There's a lot of little Kamala Wonder Woman kind of girls out last night. So that was fun. I was like, oh, okay. I see it. I see it. I see it. It was nice. It was very, very nice. So, uh, so we spent a lot of time talking about all kinds of stuff. There was conversations about politics. There was conversations about movies and films, and oh my God, it was just I can't tell you the richness of the conversations. Um, you know, it was lovely. My friends are the best. Like Ife, Markeisha. They are the best because at the end of the night, they make sure everything gets put away. They make sure everything gets handled. They make sure, garbage is put out. I mean, they do all that stuff, which is life-saving because I'm a little bit hungover this morning, but not a lot, just a little bit. But they make sure. And I curated a very specific wine serving, and we had really good food. I ran to Costco yesterday. I got some good food, just some stuff to nosh on, and people took to it. I was like, I had some Costco grape leaves, which were really, really good. Some chicken, whatever else. I think all the chicken might be gone. I don't know. I didn't look in the fridge unless people put chicken in the fridge. But I know I have some grape leaves left over because I only opened up one pack. And then lots of chips and that kind of stuff. I mean, people weren't starving, so it was really nice. Uh, so yeah, we had a really good time, and I'm really really tired. I still got to go to the gym. I still got to do stuff. Like, holy cow, I'm gonna die. and then I'm going to boxing tonight in Greenwich. So and then I got to get up in the morning and go have my makeup done and then the galas that's happening tomorrow night. No, the brunch. There's a brunch tomorrow morning, the Arts Awards Saturday night, um, and the Jamaican American Connection Gala um, Saturday night. So there's a lot going on. This is going to be a epic weekend. So I don't know when I'm going to lay down and rest, you know. And so it's all good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So a friend of mine in Arizona bought a house. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Uh, and yeah. So yeah. Anyway, that's I'm doing too many things at once. Doing too many things at once. Whew. Okay. I really could just lay down and go back to bed. I really could. So we'll talk about the weekend on Monday. But I've got the sisters from let me pull it up because I want to make sure I say it all right. Let me make sure I say it all right. Oh, they don't even have it on their flyer. Uh Next week. Well, anyway, I've got Fallon Thomas coming on with the president and the vice president of the Negro Women's Business and Professional Club, the New Haven Club. They're coming on at 10:15 to talk about their 80th anniversary. And it's a black tie gala. They're hosting it at Anthony's Ocean View. And that's next week. That's my last gala of the season, November 9th, the last gala of the season. And that's it. I'll be done with galas. Gallivanting will be done. Will be for me anyway. It will be done. Everything else will be holiday parties. Um, so that's where we are. So yeah. So they're coming out at 10:15 to talk about this. 80 years. See, this is how I know Kamala Harris is gonna win because these poll people and these other Americans, they don't know anything about black women clubs, black women sororities, black women anything. They just don't know anything about us. And our numbers are ridiculous. Like hundreds of thousands of folks, women in these organizations, running stuff, doing stuff in community, making impact, having impact. They don't know anything about that. This is how I know. And everybody's like, oh, the Obama effect. I don't even know what that means. Good is good is good. And listen, having a black man run stuff is not a bad idea. But having a black woman run stuff, child, it's gonna get done. She's gonna come out swinging. She's gonna do all kinds of stuff. And my Puerto Rican friends are still up in arms. I was watching the J-Lo speech. J-Lo was in tears. And people can say whatever they want about celebrity, and I say stuff about celebrity all the time. But let me tell you something. These people have millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of followers on their Facebook. And I was talking to Paul Nunez because he hung out yesterday. And he was like, Babz, Uh, you know, there'll still be some Puerto Ricans that will vote for Donald Trump. There'll just be some. I was like, Paul, you ain't got to tell me nothing because there's some Negroes that's going to vote for Donald Trump. There's just misaligned people who are going to vote for Donald Trump because they're going to double down on the foolishness. And the crazy part for me is when people say they're going to vote for Donald Trump, these are the same people that would not be friends with somebody like him, would not invite them to their homes, would not allow them to spend time with their kids, but they're going to vote for this fool, knowing all that they know about him. Like all the things that they know about him. So that just means that, the level of stupidity is just very real. Good morning. Would you get to go work? Okay. Yeah. It's nice out. Yeah, but it ain't raining on the porch. So anyway, it's nice out. It's not raining on the porch. It's warm, it's nice. So yeah, so Paul was like, yeah, there's gonna be some Puerto Ricans that still vote for him. I say, well, all it took was him insulting them because it wasn't enough that, he voted against their best interests. It wasn't enough that he was trying to trade Puerto Rico to Greenland or Iceland or wherever the hell. He tried to sell that country, trying to sell the island to Greenland. I was like, y'all, I'm like Puerto Ricans, really? Y'all still gonna go with this foolishness, even though he was trying to sell your whole island to somebody else? It's like you can't do that. Like you really cannot do that. But that's all right. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. Ain't that what the main ingredient said? Everybody plays the fool sometimes. So you know what I need this morning? I need a big breakfast of eggs, home fries, maybe some bacon. Although I don't really eat too much bacon these days. Um, that's what I need. I need that. I need some eggs and some good dry toast. I can put some jelly on it. Yeah, that's what I would need. So anyway, so I had a good conversation, and then I had a good conversation with um Bruni and Daniel. They were on the porch last night, and she was going on about how she was conflicted about who to vote for, and it took everything I had not to like, what? So I wanted to hear her out. She wasn't ever voting for Donald Trump, but she was thinking about she was a Bernie Sanders fan, and I get that. I said, but he's not in the race, and he's endorsed Kamala. I don't, I don't. There's just some people I just don't understand, and I don't know if I need to understand. I can respect, and I like her so much. But yeah. So, but I didn't get a chance to finish the conversation because other people came through and kind of interrupted a little bit. So I didn't get a chance to finish the conversation, but maybe some other time. But I mean, I think she feels like she knows what she needs to do voting wise, you know, uh, and that's it. But voting is a very private act. People could say one thing and get in there and do a whole other thing. Do you know what I mean? Like people could get in there and just do it because it's personal. And you don't go in there, with people. I mean, unless you have some kind of impairment that you require that, but unlikely. Even still, it's a private matter. So, and over 50 million people have already voted, right? 50 million people, 42.9 or some old mess have voted in this country, early voting. And I get it because early voting it cuts out all the foolishness of being at the polls. You don't got to deal with it, you know. So it's exciting. I'm ready. I'm going to a party. I'm ready. I'm gonna see if I could live stream from the party periodically throughout the night. And that's what we're gonna do. And that's it. That's what we're gonna do. I got a wonderful book from my friend Carissa. She brought me joy. And I had already had the book. Somebody already gave me the book for my birthday. So it was very nice. We had a good time. Last night was it was so much joy last night. I mean, it was just real joy. People were laughing and talking, and we were drinking copious amounts of wine and bourbon. I mean, it was just rich. That makes all the difference to me. Uh, Having people be in conversation and with each other, in fellowship with each other. Just be in fellowship with each other. It was just it was just wonderful. It was just wonderful. We had a really good time. I had a really good time. It was nice to uh I we had a good time. Just FYI. I'm gonna say that all morning because we had a good time. And I believe I don't Paul, I know that y'all have this is high holiday season. So I knew that you could not attend, but I did send you an invite, but I knew, it's the high holiday season and these times are very sacred and you have to you're very observant. So that was good. But I just wanted you to know. So I got yesterday in the mail a book from a woman I just met. She's a dear, dear friend of Emily Bernard. And she wrote this book called she's got a new book coming out. Uh, but her name is Martha Jones. And she wrote a book on how Black women broke barriers, won the vote, and insisted on equality for all. Vanguard. Vanguard. And it's just she sent it to me. So she is oh, she put a note in here that I didn't see. So her new book is called Trouble of Color. So she goes, Dear Babz, I will write about any chance that you'll have time and space for the Trouble of Color when it's on out in March. In the meantime, this gives me courage for the days and more ahead. This book. Thank you. Now I gotta send her a note. So I have her address. I'm gonna send her a hard. Well, she sent it from she works at John Hopkins. So she is one of these women, Black women, who shows up as white. She looks white. Um, and her people are Black. Like they are all Black people. Blackity black, black people. But they're those people that look white. And we know what that's about. I mean, we know how that happens, and how it has happened in history. And so she spends her life not defending Blackness, but talking about Blackness. So it was such a wonderful opportunity to sit with her and talk about The Trouble of Color, her new book that's coming out in March. So I'm gonna set up some time to have her come on, and I'm gonna read this book uh fairly right like in the next month or so that I could just be up to speed when I talk to her about this book. And then and the fact that she put me a little note and said this is what this is. But I just wanted to know, I am eternally grateful, and I think this is the beginning of a good friendship for me. And there's nothing better than friendships. You know, I'm not one of these people who will say, and I know people like this. I'm not making no new friends. I have all the friends I need. And I'm always struck by that because you never know what's around the corner. So I don't say that, and I know why people say it because they feel like, meeting new people and striking up conversation and going through stuff with people, it takes a lot out of people. I don't happen to see it that way. I think I love making new friends. I love connecting. I love being a bridge. I love being a lighthouse. I love that. That's just in my DNA. I like it, you know. And you never know. You just never know. And as long as I have breath, at 61, as long as I have breath and opportunity to meet people, I'm going to meet people. Now, everybody that you meet is not going to become lifelong buds, not going to be your ace boon coon. I know that. But there's a small chance that they might. And wouldn't you rather like to have lifelong friends for however much life you have left to live long? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Y'all know I love to just say. So uh uh I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I am all about it. And yeah. So anyway, I'm going to send her a note, or I'm gonna drop her a little message. Say, I got the book. Thank you, Martha. Martha Jones. Martha Jones sounds like a badass name. I don't know about y'all, but each time I see Jones in anything, I'm like, mm. And all the Joneses I know, I don't know any white Joneses, but there are, like, I mean, Bridget Jones, The Diary of Bridget Jones, Bridget Jones' Diary. But all the Joneses I know are just black people. I know a bunch of black Joneses. So, so when she said her last name was Jones, I was like, yeah, you black. Jones is a black ass name. Yes, yes, of course, there are white Joneses. Tons and tons and tons. Because there had to be some white Joneses to get some black Joneses. There you go. So I'm gonna send her a note later today and let her know I got the book yesterday. I just didn't respond yesterday because I was pillar to post. I was just doing all kinds of stuff. And it was nice. I had a good time. It was such a good time. Such a good time. Such a good time. Let me see what else I can see news wise. Let me see what else I can see. I've got some other things I need to do. But once I get back from the gym, like my day is pretty much I'm pretty much good. Like my day can slow down a little bit. After I get off air, after I do a couple of things, the day will uh the day will slow down, and then I'll go to boxing tonight in Greenwich. So we'll see what happens. Uh, we'll see what happens. Uh, uh-huh. I feel some kind of way about these Yale students being arrested, for the pro-Palestine rallies. And some of them pleaded guilty to infractions and paid a $90 fine uh, to have the criminal trespassing cases dropped. And 13 more decided instead to keep fighting for those illegitimate charges. So, you know, but this is what we do in America. Like this is a very American thing. We can take the opportunity to fight, or we could take the opportunity to fight in a different way. So it's nice to see young people, and this is what we want young people to do. We want them to take up causes that they believe in and fight for freedoms. It's always been young people. It's not old people doing this. It's young people doing this. The young people that have done it are now old people that are have done it. So it's worth it. We've got to run up against laws and stuff like that. That's how we figure out what's just and what's not just, what's just and what's unjust. So I appreciate these young people. And I don't care if they're privileged. I don't care because they have the means. And if you have means to fight for what is right, you fight for what is right. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. There's stuff up on the New Haven Independent. Halloween stuff is up. The Q House had a party. I mean, there was a lot of trunk or treat parties. People trick out their trunks and get in parking lots, and kids run from car to car getting treats and stuff like that. So that's wonderful. The Q House had a thing. Con Corp had a thing. There's a lot of things going on last night for children, you know. A lot of things. A lot of things. A lot of things. A lot of things. And so I mean, there's things listen, it just goes to show there are some things that we will fight for, that we will do for children. There are opportunities. Markeisha just dropped in our group chat. Don't forget to do our cinnamon ritual. So yeah. I meant to do it first thing this morning, but I had a bit of a hangover because I usually like to get it done first thing. Uh, so I will do it once I get off these once I take my break. I'm gonna go do it, you know. So I'm looking forward to it. That's my thing. I do it every month. I've been doing it every month for a year now. So I'm excited to do it. So I'm just telling you, yes, let's just do it. And y'all can say whatever you want. I don't care. It's not witchcraft to me. And uh and there's all kinds of ways to do it, right? Like let the cinnamon stay on your hands and all that other kind of stuff. But there's a very specific one that I particularly care for, that I found some years ago. It's a cinnamon abundance spell. And what you do is you put some cinnamon in your non-dominant hand, which is my left hand, and I sprinkle a little salt for protection. And then you just blow through, you call out what you need, abundance, prosperity, all that. And you stand outside your door and you blow it into your house. So, so I mean, it's fine. It's one of these things that it's just one of these things that it's fun to do, and it gives you ownership over destiny, right? A little bit of ownership over destiny. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I've been doing it. I guess I've been doing it for about a year now, right? I guess a year. Uh and it's one of my favorite things. So uh it just makes me feel powerful, right? Like that's the point. I don't feel like I'm God. I feel powerful. I feel like I have some ownership. I feel like you know, that I can accomplish things. I like that feeling. So if that's what it takes, then that's what we'll do. If that's what it is. So, you know, I what there's no harm here, you know. It's spell casting in a lovely, delightful way. So, look into it. So I will do it and when I take my break, I'll get some cinnamon. I could really use some breakfast. That's what I really could use. I could use some breakfast. I could use some breakfast. And that's what I need. So I've got a few things that I have to get done. Some assignments, some commitments, all that kind of stuff. I might check the news to see more about this four shootings last night, early this morning in New Haven. I don't know. People are just I don't know why they want to spend their time being in these dire situations. Like, seriously, come on. Seriously, come on. And there's something to this warm weather because I know damn well uh nobody would be shooting in cold weather. Like no one would be shooting in this in as it's very cold. Thanks, Harry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when I come back, I'll have Fallon and the women of the New Haven Club of the National Association of um Business and Professional Women. So I'm looking forward to having the conversation. I love organizations that are celebrating milestones. You know, 80 years is such a long time. But, to be doing work in community, such a long time. And I'm looking forward to hearing, what they have planned. They're honoring a bunch of folks. Well, I'll tell you about it when they come on. Honoring a bunch of Black women. All I know most of them, and they're honoring a man. I think there's one guy, but three of these women, four of them I know personally. So I'm delighted. I'm going to be their MC for their event. So I'm delighted to do that because, to be in the room with these women is a big darn deal. So I can't wait to have a conversation with them about, what this means for them and what they look forward to do as they move toward 100. My sorority, we are over 100 years old, and so, this is the turn of the century kind of stuff. What were you thinking? What were we thinking? That kind of stuff. And yeah, all good. I'm drinking water. I need water. My body's like, girl, if you don't put some water in this body. I was like, okay, okay, okay. And I got up and I took two Tylenol because I got to get through this day. Like I have to get through. And a hangover doesn't last forever and ever and ever. So uh I just need to take some of the achiness out of the body. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So I did that. I took a little bit of something and I feel pretty good. So, oh, I meant to say trick-or-treaters. When you have this AI foolishness on your phone, it just does what it thinks it anticipates what you want to say, and it just drives me nuts. Like, I think you could just click it off. I think you can trick it off. So, but yeah, I mean, I think this was probably one of my favorite Halloweens. I don't really care for Halloween, but last night I really leaned into it. These children are so cute. So, so cute, you know. So, so cute. Anyway. Ah, what a day. What a day. What a day. So I found the show that I was talking about yesterday, My Dearest, it is coming to Netflix. It's on Amazon Prime, but Netflix has it. So they've been sharing it. So it's coming there. They just haven't given it a date. So I'm like, what? You know. So I'm just waiting for them to give a date so I could be glued to my TV about it, you know. So I'm just that's a terrible story. I don't understand how women could tolerate seeing other women die from stuff that they don't have to die from, you know. I'm going to talk about this more next week. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for election day. Uh, what do I want to do? So I'll figure that out. If we I'm not gonna be here Wednesday, Harry. I gotta go take the LSAT. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Uh, I think so. I think so. I think so. I think
I think
I'm in
I'm
paying.
in paying.
Oops,
Oops.
Harry. I'm hearing myself. Okay, there we go. I think women in this country are going to make a real decision, and they're going to step into their power. We're going to step into our real power. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. I am so convinced, so convinced. Because let me tell you something, when you walk into those polls, when you cast your ballot, it's just you casting your ballot. You could color in whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. And you don't got to and you could tell people whatever. You can say, listen, I voted this way, and knowing damn well you didn't. So I'm just, listen. I'm going with that. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Women can make the decisions for themselves. And once you realize you could just be quiet, that's pretty damn powerful. I think it's pretty damn powerful. So I'm here for it. I'm gonna take a break, but when I come back, I will have Fallon Thomas and I think the president and the vice president is gonna be on for the Negro Business and Professional Women's the New Haven Club. So they'll be on, and we're gonna have a good conversation about celebrating their 80th anniversary. So I'll be right back. Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at New Haven